You have a tornado warning right now. If you live in the town of Bryant or Byrne or areas in between, you need to be seeking shelter. Thunderstorm warnings issued by the National Weather Service, but we haven't had any confirmed reports of any hail or any damaging winds, and so we'll continue to track.
That's the high temperature we're going to be tracking today. By tomorrow morning, 15 degrees. We got to get ready for it. It's going to be a wild, wild ride of weather over the next 24 hours, but 21 degrees tomorrow. It freezes on contacts, and that can cause some big problems out on the roads, and that's what we're waking up to this morning. You just can't drive on ice of these dangerously cold temperatures. I mean, 7 below. I mean, I don't even want to touch it. I feel like, ooh, that is cold. 7 below. That is where we're at right now. Smell here, it's awful. It smells like rotten, dying fish. And even before we came in, all of the pine trees that were snapped, we could still even smell that weeks after Hurricane Michael. There's still blowing snow out there this morning, and it has made for some dangerously cold wind chills we have been warning you about, and it is here this morning. It feels like 35 below in Fort Wayne, 41 below in Kendallville, and the cold air is going to continue to build into the Dakotas, and it's going to be lashing out on us Thursday night into Friday. That cold air will. So kind of got the battle of the seasons going on here right now. Hey, it's 6:43 on your very cold Thursday morning. Appreciate you staying with us on Fort Wayne's NBC. And you can certainly see just the steam rising from some of the buildings, just showing us how cold, at least the winds are not as bad. You can see that with those flags not whipping around as much as they were yesterday, which is some good news. But here's what we have going on for us today. Waking up double digits below zero on the way here. Sunny skies, but we saw yesterday, yeah, don't let the sunshine fool you because it was still dangerously cold out there. We do get above zero today, 8 degrees by this afternoon, mostly sunny skies continuing for us. But by this evening, get ready, snow moves in later on tonight, with temperatures remaining on the plus side into the single numbers. Wind chill warning still in effect until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And here are those wind chills by 8 o'clock this morning. Still feeling like 26 below in Fort Wayne. Only takes 25 minutes for frostbite to occur with those kinds of wind chills. But finally, this afternoon, here's the wind chill by 2 o'clock, feeling like 12 below. Don't get me wrong, that's still very cold, but we're no longer dealing with the life-threatening kind of cold and wind chills that we have been over the past couple of days here. So good news is things will begin improving, even though it's still pretty rough right now. Feeling like 26 below in Fort Wayne, a lot better in Portland at 17 below. I can't believe I just said it's a lot better with 17 below, but still technically it is, right? But 35 below into Kendallville right now. That's what it feels like. Again, bare skin, you don't want it. You want to cover everything up, cover up your mouth as well. If you're going to be going outside, or better yet, just don't go outside. But right now there's an air temperature of 9 below in Fort Wayne. Winter weather advisories do go in effect starting tonight at 7 o'clock for Allen County until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And this does not include our northern counties, only counties along U.S. Highway 30 and further south, as snow accumulations will be higher for those locations. That's why our northern counties not under that winter weather advisory, only expecting a dusting to 2 inches there. Here in Fort Wayne, 1 to 3, maybe even the southern parts of the county dealing with 2 to 4 inches of snow. So we'll certainly have a messy morning commute by tomorrow morning. And this is our system right now moving through the Dakotas. This is an Alberta clipper originated in Alberta, Canada, the area of low pressure. And that will be swinging on through for us today, bringing us that healthy light snow, healthy dusting of snow, if you will. But skies are clear right now, and we'll see those clouds increase again by late this afternoon into the evening hours. 7:30, that winter weather advisory is going to be in effect by then, and the snow begins moving in as we go through the overnight hours. The heaviest of the snow will be to our south, but it's all done as we get towards sunrise by tomorrow morning. The rest of the day left with cloud cover and, of course, cleaning up from the freshly fallen snow, giving it a winter impact number of 2. This is exclusive to Fort Wayne's NBC. You won't find anybody else doing this, but 1 to 4 inches of snow widespread across the region, with roads turning very slippery, poor visibility at times as well by tonight. But at least we're on the plus side today with a high of 8 degrees. 25 tomorrow. We skip the 30s, go straight into 40 Saturday, and then we go right into the 50s by Sunday and Monday. High temperatures. Check out the lows. 2 days. We won't be below freezing after we
Wow.
spent almost 2 days not getting above
That's a big
zero.
sigh
You
of
know, I
relief.
think that's
Yeah.
a fair trade, right? It all evens out here in the end.
And no negative numbers in that
Right.
forecast either.
That's a
It's
good
nice.
thing.
We're dealing with the last of it right now. Things are looking better. I promise. We're
Yes,
almost
sir.
there.
I do want to ask you though, have you ever seen a forecast like this with so many extremes?
You know, I've seen it certainly with extremes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it with extremes of this magnitude in one forecast.
Yeah.
But I've experienced extremes in one day. We went from temperatures being into the 50s to temperatures being 20 below in the same
Wow.
day.
That's crazy.
That was a cold front in
Yes.
the Dakotas.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Yasser.
Thanks.
Wow.
Incredible, and everybody in Mexico Beach has a story to tell, and a story that it's hard to hear from some folks, and some folks know people that have lost their lives, and some folks are still trying to even consider whether should they rebuild their home or just demolish it altogether and start from scratch, and it's just they're trying to take it one step at a time.
Who want to give back. And Yasser, I understand that they have been there for weeks and have really changed their lives to help others. That is Hoosier Hospitality.
That's right. We caught up with one of the residents from Marion County that came down here with the Red Cross actually just days after Hurricane Michael hit, and it's certainly been a long process for them as well, but they're all committed to just giving back to the community here. They want to help people get back on their feet. I mean, and we're also more than an hour north of Mexico Beach driving, and what we saw here in Blountstown, Florida, again, this is an hour away from the coast. These people inland also need help, but there has just been so much attention focused on Mexico Beach because it's just been so hardly hit and so devastated. But we can't forget about the folks that are inland as well. I mean, a lot of communities here are still waiting for power to come back on. They just lifted the boil water notice here in this county earlier today, and folks are certainly excited about that. And we did happen to reach out and hear from one of the locals again from the American Red Cross from Northeast Indiana, and here's what they had to say.
I don't do it for recognition, and I don't do it for the pat on the back. I do it because in today's society, it's like everybody is out for their own, and we need to take care of our own, of each other. And if I had a national disaster, or if I had something that traumatic happen in my neighborhood, my community, I would want people to help me. And that's what we're supposed to do for our fellow mankind. We're supposed to help each other.
I mean, and check out this hangar behind me. This is just a little bit north of Blountstown. Again, we're more than an hour from the water, and the devastation and destruction here is just massive. There are airplanes still inside this collapsed hangar, and it's not the only hangar here at the airport that's just, I mean, it's just awful to look at. You can hear it just creaking in the wind as well. And we're going to have more reports later on tonight coming up at 11. And we're going to walk you through how my day has gone from how we started in Panama City Beach, Florida, where damage wasn't that bad, to Mexico Beach, all the way back to here in Blountstown. And we are going to be heading back to Panama City Beach as we continue this story and to bring you more.
And Yasser, it's really a story that has kind of faded from the national headlines, but when we were watching you feed this video back today, we were struck by just how much damage is still there. This is going to take a long time to rebuild. Appreciate that live report. Thanks, Yasser.
Absolutely. It's going to take years before they rebuild. You're welcome.
Yasser Kishk reporting live in Florida.